you guys wouldn't be possible. Look, y'all, I was gonna do the walk, and I was walking, but I got soaked. So we're gonna have to do a truck vlog or podcast or nature thingy, whatever you wanna call it, all right? Anyway, let's talk about it, man. I had a different title, but we can do that one later. Let's talk about these haters, man. You know, this title was motivated by just the consistent haters that keep trying to use the see, you know, once I see, you know, the code, it's hard for me to unsee it. All right, so let me make sure my Wi-Fi is off. Oof. It might have been 50 seconds of no audio, whatever. At least I caught it. But I realized that the internet is the devil's playground. Okay, you need to understand that the internet and technology is the devil's playground. That's why the devil has done everything possible to make you feel like the internet is reality, to where you're in a mental prison. You know, I got that from the spiritual community, and I like using that terminology, mental prison, right? They use it for corny shit because they're always trying to cast spells and stuff, but it's a good way to frame what happens when you are in the matrix and you think that your social media image is your life, and it's really not. So it can be a part of your life. You know, you can definitely use it to improve your life, but real life is in real life, in person, and the people directly in your reality. Now you can, you know, bring your soul tribe in and things of that nature, but those are real people watching you or whatever. But the internet itself is not real. It's a devil's playground, and the devil likes to use it to bully and harass God's chosen. And also, you know, not just by the content creators, but people in general. Like when they're talking about this 666, like, you know, women want a 6 foot guy, 6 figures, and 6 inches. Like, that's really just the devil projecting onto the majority of men that are not that height, and doing it on a broad scale, using puppets, you know what I'm saying, idiots online who really don't care about nobody. And you can always tell when they don't care about you because they'll say goofy stuff like that, right? Like, women want money. Women want this. Oh, if you want to know the truth about the matter, women want the security of money and a guy that gets respect amongst men. That's what they want. So if you can get respect amongst men and get money, your height, your weight, you know what I'm saying, the way you look, none of that shit matters, dude. So when you hear guys like pumping out all this stuff, like trying to get you to overly obsess about your looks, trying to get you to overly obsess about men that are 6 foot tall, and listen, man, if the majority of men aren't that height, then, you know, aren't that height, what are we talking about here? You know, you're talking about something that, you know, you can't do nothing or change nothing. There's guys out here breaking their legs and stuff, you know, through the hospital or whatever, just to be taller, man, because of this so-called supposed. How come these tall dudes are always getting cheated, having their lady cheat on them with shorter dudes or whatever? None of that stuff makes any sense. I said all that to say this, man. These people, man, online are being used by the devil. And, you know, I know you guys that are content creators have this problem as well. Understand something. The devil set up the comment section and set up the live chat, not really for people to come in and, you know, be your supporters. You know, mainly so that haters can come in and try to harass you, okay? So if you're a content creator, it took me a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of time to realize this. But, and I'm going to put this out there for all these haters that keep leaving these goofy comments, man. Look, you need to understand something. I don't care. Like, you're wasting your time. Like, I don't care. Check out my TikTok. I get hate, you know what I'm saying, messages on there from women all the time. I don't even go back and forth with them anymore. And those women are on TikTok all day long. I'm not 444 on a timer as I say this, man. I'm not concerned. But I see you guys, and this is, they use, you know what I'm saying, just like, you know how like the social media is set up so you can't really say much to people that are watching your live streams, but they can do all kind of crazy stuff to you. Like, they can get your stuff reported. They can try to get your stuff shut down. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you can barely do anything. It's set up that way for a reason. It's a control system. It's all a test. You know, so I just look at it like that. So, you know, allowing us not to filter out certain messages so they can't even be posted, or allowing for messages not to be set up so we can review them before they're posted. To me, it just seems like it's set up to constantly keep you under this trap, man, in this mental prison of, you know, wanting to appease people. See, when you're always worried about appeasing people, that's why I tell y'all do what I want to do. You're in a prison because you always have to adjust. You can't be yourself, you know. And with the social media system being set up the way it is, we're already having to somewhat conform to not speaking like we want to, or none of our videos will ever hit the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm saying all that to say this, man. You know, you have haters that don't even know why they despise you so much. And you think that some of these haters, a lot of you guys are watching me, content creators or posting content, you know, or you're just a active person in a community, or where you live at, or, you know what I'm saying, where you stay at or whatever. And you just have people that just get upset at your light. They don't know why, and they'll try to justify it through a bunch of crazy means. But, you know, they don't even realize that it's insanity. But why are you worried about somebody else that has nothing to do with you? You know, they don't realize how insane they are, how insane they sound, but they will justify it through so many means to feel like it's their job to check somebody else that they have nothing to do with. They don't realize the insanity of it, right? And instead of, you know, going to the circus or being a part of the circus, I don't even like clowns. So why am I going to participate? I'm no longer participating. You're not going to use social media to feel like you can get into my realm. You're literally trying to force yourself into my energy by leaving your random ass comments to a stranger that you do not know. And even if you're a content creator, because a lot of these people, you think a lot of stuff's random. It's not random. It's some hating ass fuck boy or fuck girl. That's really what it is, content creator or something. I watch my enemies. I've realized that some of my enemies have fake profiles and will come in here through their fake profile, try to trigger me. If they trigger me, go back to their channel, make content about make sure you don't get triggered by da 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 da, and they take your energy, you know what I'm saying? And if they don't trigger me, then they'll make content talking about, you've passing test, you've gotten to, I'm seeing all of this stuff, man. Do you realize how insane these people are online? Bro, these people are insane. They do so much, and they think that nobody notices. I was trained by the government, you fucking idiots, man. Y'all do so much stuff, and y'all wonder why I move the way I move, and then you wonder why I say I don't want to, you know, get involved with content creators, because most of y'all are weirdos. And y'all do weird shit. You try to push other people or make other people look bad and discredit them, you know, because you feel intimidated because of somebody's natural talent and ability. And if you can discredit them from fake accounts or whatever, you're going to do it all day long. And I've noticed it. I see it. I see it by the content that you make. The content that you make and the way that you describe, you know, being triggered. And you know when someone's not talking about themselves, because people are egotistical. So most people, when they're using an anecdotal or personal scenario, they when they're talking about themselves, they don't like to leave themselves in a vulnerable place. So most of these people, when they're like talking about something or a scenario, they're talking about somebody else, because they're talking about that person in a very vulnerable state. They always like throw shade and stuff too. So I can see, like, I was trained by the top government, like, so I don't even know why but see, when the devil's in you, you can't help doing what you're doing. They don't even have any control over what they're doing. They're just doing what the devil's telling them to do. The devil is triggered. When you're chosen, man, the devil can't do nothing to you that God won't allow. Can't do nothing to you. Trust me, I know. Okay? Man, I have gone, you know, when I was going through whatever I was going through, man, I had like dead tags, all kind of stuff, man. I've been with my ex with some dead tags, man. Got pulled over and just got like a small citation or something like that. The devil can't do nothing to you. Even when you're being ignorant, the devil can't do nothing to you. That's why no matter who's watching you, when you're going through your awakening, understand something. When you go through it, and you're, especially when you're on semen retention, you're going to start feeling everything. You're going to start feeling people watching you. You're going to feel the haters watching you, the people that like you watching you. You're tuned in. You feel you, and so to other people you might come off a certain kind of way. That's why you got to move in silence and let your actions and the way that God is molding you speak for yourself. But you know what I'm saying, you have to you feel the energy. So you'll know that celebrities are watching you. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be able to not only feel it, but you'll see those celebrities and you'll see how they're speaking, and you'll know that they weren't speaking that way prior to you getting on the internet. So you're just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You can see you see it. You see it. You see it with the celebrity, you see it with other content creators, you know what I'm saying? You see your influence, and then you also see the haters, right? You'll like God, you know, I know how to use the internet. So, you know, a hater pop in my feed, I know why the haters in my feed, especially if I have nothing to do with it. And then I start watching their content, and you can see with these haters, man, they almost seem possessed. You can see, like, there's some chicks on here who I can't even see their eyes. Their eyes are just black. Just like I told you, like when, you know, my ex and other people like deep in their narc bag and they're really upset, they don't make eye contact with the camera. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people be like, oh, you know, you wearing shades? I'm looking directly at the camera, man, through the shades. Trust me. You know, these people be looking around the whole time, and then they'll be dropping a bunch of shade. You know, it'll supposedly be a channel or something that's supposed to be about positivity, or the title will say something, but then they'll just be shading somebody. You know, you don't know who they're shading. Not saying they're shading me, but they'll just be shading. It's like a wickedness over them. They can't look at the camera. It's like a wickedness over them. Because they gotta like pull this, see, they gotta pull thought out of their head. That's why they gotta look away to keep their train of thought. Whenever you're in flow with God, you can be looking at the camera, you can be looking at people, you're in flow. And only when you try to think is when you start messing up. You know, you're in flow. That's why I'm just in flow and everything rolls off my tongue. I'm not thinking about shit. If I start thinking, that's when I start stuttering. When you start thinking, that's when you're, I hope this ain't going over y'all's head, but when you start thinking, that's when you start applying the matrices of the world to your imagination and your flow state. Now, understand what I'm saying with that is, when you're thinking, your thought is made from the different systems, you know, and matrices that you've encountered through your life. You know what I'm saying? And patterns you've noticed. So your thinking is really, in a way, kind of that's what I'm looking for, compromised, right? So that's why God, you know, has you able to get in a flow state where you're not thinking. It's just like, you know, I love using these anime references, but you're like an ultra instinct. You know, it's just, you're just moving off of, you know, just your body and your mind. You're just moving. There's no thought needed. And it's a really good ability to have, because being in flow state, it comes off like you're aloof or whatever to other people that are hating, but to anybody kind of tapped in, they'll watch your patterns and they'll see how things work out for you, and they'll be like, wait a minute, there's some kind of spiritual flow state here. You know, because the way I move, people be thinking I'm trying to like be a character. Some haters think I'm trying to play a character, or some haters project onto me that I'm aloof, or I'm corny, I'm goofy, you know, I'm off a little bit. I'm none of the above. What they're doing is projecting onto me what they do and insecurities that they have. You know what I'm saying? They do that kind of, everybody does it, but your haters do it especially. I'm in flow state. So there's times of the day where I'm in a thinking state, where I'm writing stuff down, and I need to be in a thinking state for, you know, being in the, you know, Neo in the Matrix, so I can navigate through the Matrix, right? But when I'm home and I'm in nature and I'm making these videos and things, I'm in a flow state. You know what I'm saying? And in that flow state, you know, things come to you naturally. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to really put any crazy thought into nothing. You ain't got to exude any kind of crazy energy. And you're able to see, you know, I'm trying to put in the words the best way I can. You're able to see other people and their patterns that they don't know that they're doing, because they're in a thinking state which is based off the matrix, right? The matrix is what gives you your reality to think that this is that, and that is this, and da 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 da. So I can see these people and their patterns, and I can see their wicked ways, because they're not in the flow state of God. They're not, operating from their heart, from their soul, from just their being. I operate from my soul. Like, so when these people are moving, they're thinking, and they're also, when you're thinking, you're operating an ego. So their ego is in the way, and it causes them to do a lot of stuff that's noticeable, and I can see the pattern. So when I see haters, when I'm reading a comment, if it's not something positive, y'all have to understand something. It's not a stranger's job to check you or remind you about anything or make you feel some type of way. It's not a stranger's job to do that, okay? They really should just be getting information they need from you, or if they feel like whatever you're saying is a bunch of BS, they should keep it trucking. They shouldn't care or give it no never mind. If a stranger is trying to give you constructive criticism, and I don't care how, because you notice how society is trying to make you feel like you're supposed to be able to accept and handle criticism from total strangers that you don't know. Everybody will say, oh, if you can't do that, but you have an insecurity you have to work on. I would beg to differ. I believe that if you're running around projecting on the other people the way that you believe that a man or women should, conduct themselves, then I think you have an insecurity and you have a problem. You feel like you're better than other people. You have that God complex where you don't realize that you're not God, which a lot of religious people are like this. You know what I'm saying? There's some spiritual people like this as well. Ears ringing. No, I got something going on. Left ear started ringing. You know what I'm saying? So understand something. I know what projection is, because healthy people do not scroll the internet, get triggered by strangers, and then say something in the comments. Because I know this, because I do it every now and again when I'm being a little bit probably too in my shadow, being emotional. I'll run across that a couple women that are like super fake, and they trigger me, and I shouldn't be watching them. But I'll run across a couple content creators. Like there's this Indian chick, I don't care what her name is, Sade or Shanae or whatever her name is, some therapist. She really triggers me. I have no business watching her. Everything about her seems fake to me. Her fake smile, her eyes just seem black to me. Like she just seems like Sade Khan or something. I forget what her name is. But this lady, man, is so on the fence about stuff, and she's such a manipulator that it bothers me. But then, like, sometimes I'll end up, playing while I'm working out or whatever. And then, what I'm saying is, her, Samantha Lee, that's another one that be dropping, like, shady stuff. Like, basically, she built her following off of men, and then she's telling men how to get a high-value woman, as if there is a such thing. Without the man being attached, what is your value? You have none. So I don't even know what you're talking about. See, these are women that are always trying to look out for their kind of woman, which is an aging out, career, driven type of woman, and trying to make sure. See, that's why I don't listen to women at all. But this is what I'm trying to tell you, man. Anyone that is projecting criticism onto you specifically, right, that you didn't ask for, is a loser, is a lame, and is a hater. Let me tell you why. And even me, like myself, I end up hating on people sometimes. I don't like that lady. I'll leave a comment every now and again. Like, I'll leave these comments like a couple times a year. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in my bag, but I'm hating on her. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like her. I shouldn't be watching her, but I'll hate on her. So that's how I know. You know what I'm saying? So when these people are leaving comments, a lot of them are like, content creators, or, some crazy ex, or, some female that feel like I rejected her, right? This is them, you know what I mean? Like feeling some type of way about you and trying to find a crafty way to make you feel some type of way about yourself. That's all that it is. It's not. So when you guys are wasting your time in the comment section trying to drop these, and I know you know that I'm a smart guy because you're always dropping paragraphs or 2 paragraphs. If you thought I was an idiot, you say it in a sentence, right? But I want you to understand that you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time because I don't care, right? Like, I don't care. You're wasting your time because you're showing me that you're a weak person that's going through something or has gone through something, have not healed from it, or you're having a weak moment and I'm just what you need to project onto. Just like when I project onto that lady, that therapist or whatever, once or twice a year, I'm in my bag, I'm in my shadow, being kind of weak, and then here she comes with that BS and I have a moment. Right? Understand something. You need to take it with stride and understand it's part of your healing journey and not part of mine. And I ain't got nothing to do with whatever you're trying to say to me. You don't know me and I don't know you. So however, you're trying to phrase things to sound like you're some deep thinking, emotionally intelligent philosophizer, whatever you want to call it, philosopher, fool, listen, let me tell you something. You are a addict to needing some type of dramatic stimulus from the internet. And then you're also a creep because you're trying to drag me into your emotional situation. And look, we all have our moments every now and again, but you people are having them on a regular basis. Understand something. You can't take away from how happy I am and how beautiful my life is. I know some of you hating ass content creators, you trash ass, garbage ass, wannabe ass chosen ones. You're a bunch of wannabe chosen ones watching me be chosen. And why can't I? Because you work for the devil. You work for the devil. Satan is your master. You run around and you do wicked things and think God's gonna bless you. You run around, you troll, you online bully, you know what I'm saying? You also trauma bond with your subscribers. A lot of females do this. Get mad at your boyfriend or your husband or your baby daddy or your ex, and then get online and talk day in and day out about men for years and years and years, creating a weird ass trauma bond with your followers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, man, you're not going to get any blessings. You're not. Your life's not going to go nowhere. Even if you get some semi-garbage ass celebrity status, you're still a nobody and you're going to feel empty on the inside. You're never going to feel like, because you didn't do it the right kind of way. See, the devil will give you trinkets and small gifts, but only God can give you that peace and real happiness. But you people don't want to put in the work. And then you get mad at somebody that actually put in the work. And then you try to run tests on them and then run back to your channels and say a bunch of goofy, stupid ass, low IQ garbage all the time that don't mean nothing. There's a bunch of your thoughts that you're trying to make seem like it's something deep. You're not helping anyone grow. When y'all run back to your channels and y'all are just talking this stupid shit, listen, you're nobody for a reason. You're jealous of somebody like me for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And all that hate that you're doing is a reason why you're where you're at. You know what I mean? And that's all I got to say on that. All right? Do better. Maybe God will start blessing you. But right now, no. I'm living rent-free in y'all's heads, right? I'm also doing whatever I want to do. I'm getting blessed. I don't work for nobody. I work for myself. And even while I was homeless, and you haters out there, I have some haters that don't even show their face on camera and will still be trying to talk junk about like my living space or whatever. You have no idea how the inside of my home look. And again, judging a book by its cover is the reason why you idiots are taking lessons from me right now. Why God is blessing me right in front of your face. Why God had me doing better than y'all while I was in my roughest patch. I wasn't working for nobody even when I was homeless. Y'all are out there working like slaves and have a home to be in at all times. So be mad. Don't understand something. Don't think for 1 second that I don't know the reason for the hate. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine as fuck. I'm obviously gonna be somebody great. I'm well spoken, well traveled. I have common sense, emotional intelligence, regular intelligence, all this stuff, man. A great kid, but I work hard for what I have. You trash people sleep in. You trash people watch other people and mimic them. You trash people hate on other people. You send wicked, evil eye and wicked intent towards people, thinking in your head about bad things happening to other people, thinking that doesn't matter. You're where you're at because that's where you need to be, and you're never going to be anywhere else. You understand what I'm saying to you? You're not a good person. You're just not a good person. To hate on me, you have to be like a wicked person. I'm a single father doing what I have to do. I'm an Army combat veteran. I've been to Iraq twice. Both, not like I was some support chick, you know what I'm saying, or some dude that was a medic. No, I was actually in combat arms units, tanker unit the first time, cavalry scouts, which are the infantrymen, but they're the ones that go in first. So I worked hard. Every place I've gone to, worked for the White House, started going gray while working there. Was getting hated on while I was working there. Some Navy guy, because the Navy hates on the fact that the Army gets promoted fast, if you don't know. Within the branches, we have our own issues. Everybody hates on the Air Force because they're always chilling. The Marines get hated on somewhat by other branches because they're perceived to be the toughest. You know what I'm saying? The Marines really be hating on everybody else because they feel like everybody else feels like they're dumb, right? And then the Navy just be mad at everybody because they're called seamen. You know what I'm saying? And then these dudes take forever to make E7. And they get mad at the Army because in the Army, even when I was coming up, you can make 7 and 7. You know what I'm saying? We can make E7 in like 7 years. So I had a Navy guy when I was working for the White House trying to hold me back from making E6 or E7 or something like that, right? Everywhere you go, you get hated on by these losers. It's always going to be that way, and they wonder why they can't get anywhere because they're wicked ass people. You have a wicked ass heart. You think in a way to where you're always trying to worry about what somebody else has, what you can do to hinder them from getting where they need to be at, instead of worrying about your fucking self. That's the truth of the matter, man. Don't be surprised when you stay in a ditch that you're at. I don't care if you got 500,000 subscribers. The whole reason why you're having subscribers in the first place is to become famous. Not just to have subscribers, but to be famous. There's people out there with 1 million subscribers, you never even heard of them. And there's people out there with like 30,000 that you keep seeing everywhere, right? You're not meant to be famous. The devil can give you certain trinkets and goofy ass small gifts, but only God can give you what you want. Only God can give you that peace, that real fame, to where you're, you know what I'm saying, a chosen one, everybody can see it. You can't get that from the devil. So, working with other people, collaborating to get to the top, you'll get fame quick, but you're going to crash just as quickly as you rose. Look at everybody else that rises quickly. For those of you out there that's getting out the mud, working hard from whatever jobs you got to work at to work your way up to getting another job or putting yourself in a better place in life or buying new things, man, listen. For those out there able and willing to put in the work and get it out the mud and do the grassroots thing, you will be blessed by God. You will be blessed by God. Do not worry about it. Don't you ever look at anybody else in their path and get jealous of the speed to which they got to where they needed to be at. That has nothing to do with you. If they try to project onto you and talk about the time it's taking you to get where you need to be at, then you need to be thinking, well, why would these people that are where they need to be at be worried about how slow or how long it's taking me to get where I'm going? Why am I invoking that much interest? That's the way you need to think. Because if you was a nobody and it didn't mean nothing, why are they watching you and worrying about how fast or slow you're growing? Projecting onto you how fast they think you should be growing. It's just another way to get in your head and mess with you. It's another hater. Because somebody that's really supporting you or they don't care either way it goes wouldn't be putting any kind of thought into thinking about where you should be, your trajectory, and how long it should take you to get there, unless you ask them. Anybody doing that is a hater. So if you're out there doing that to me, or you know someone out there that's doing that to me, you hear the words I'm saying, right? There's no reason for them to be worried about how slow I'm moving, or trust me, if I wanted to move faster, I would. I'm doing it the way God's telling me to do it. And you'll have the person that you know that is hating on me telling you otherwise. Oh, he should be at this point. Oh, why is he? Or throw some little shade in there, like saying, this low IQ stuff like, hey, look, you guys out there that are a little bit older, you know what I'm saying, or late bloomers, look, even if it takes you a while to get there, you're not giving up, and I pat you on the back for that. Shut your dumb ass up. Shut your hating dumb ass up. That is low IQ hate. That's the lowest level of shade, right? Now, mind you, most of these people that I see throwing shade like this are in their 20s, so they're probably pretty fucking dumb. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to you is, and they're most of the time these females, in their 20s. But what I'm trying to tell you is, like, that is a hater trying to mask hate behind some shade. Why would somebody that's winning worry about somebody's pace that they consider losing? They don't consider you losing. No, they're trying to get in your head, but they're too dumb. They're too dumb. You know what I'm saying? They're too dumb, and they don't realize that when they do this stuff, you see it and you use it as motivation. You transmute the energy and you use it as motivation. They don't realize it, man. They don't realize it. They just be running their fucking mouth, just talking, just yapping, trying to, because they need to make themselves feel better. Right? They're hating on you, they're seeing you, and they can see the potential in you. The one thing about it that they mess up, where they think that they can see your potential before you do, no, they hate on you and try to destroy you, and they'll tell you, yeah, some people out there can see your potential. That's another form of hate. You know your potential. They think they can see your potential before you see it. You know your potential. You know it. So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? I'll tell you what we're talking about. A hater disguising their hate, trying to make it seem like it's anything other but that. It's hate, man. It's hate. You know your potential. You know what you're going to do. You know what you're capable of doing. You know how you're going to get there. And for somebody to tell you that others can see what you're going to be before you can see it, how? I'm the one putting it out there. I'm the one that had the vision when everybody else hating on me, telling me I was crazy. What are you talking about? A hater trying to make it seem like they got better intuition than you. That's all that is. It's a hater trying to make it seem like they got some kind of intuition. If your dumbass could see my potential way back before I could, then your dumbass would try to be supporting me instead of hating on me, because you would know I'm going to be a multi-millionaire, billionaire, and those are the kind of guys and women that you would want to network with, not hate on. Dumbass, jackass, fuck boy, fuck girl. Low IQ, low intelligence, just operating out of ego, don't even know why you're jealous. You're jealous because you can see the potential in somebody that you don't see in yourself. And instead of you trying to learn the right kind of way, you're going to try to suppress, you're going to try to take the person out of their character or make them doubt themselves, while simultaneously learning from them and adapting and adjusting and adopting their way of life. Y'all are so weird, man. You are losers. If you don't think I can't see you trash ass, low IQ dumbasses, man, right? A mile away, you're stupider than I think you are, man. Or more, I'm sorry, more stupid than I think you are. Y'all people, man, I let you project onto me and make assumptions. I don't need to get on here and correct anything. How can I move in silence if I'm correcting you idiots about what you're making assumptions of? No, I want you to make whatever assumption you want while I do real things in the background. That way, you know what I'm saying, you can think you can trigger me into telling you what I'm going to do or what I'm doing. Man, I got to phase 18 last year. Man, I'm all the way up to phase 26 written out. I got some plans, man. I'm going to not only get a new truck this year, new place, you know what I'm saying, new everything, going on trips, you know what I'm saying, having my taxes and everything right, man, my write-offs and everything right. Look, man, I'm looking all kind of business, finance, and all that kind of stuff, dude. Man, I done opened the bag on this shit. It's about to be ugly in here. Y'all thought that it was ugly last year, and I was getting over heartbreak, and I was homeless. Man, what you talking about? I'm back to the old David, but the better David, the best David. King David. On King David. I'm not playing with y'all anymore, man. Y'all be like, y'all are dumb. Y'all don't know me. And you think that, oh, this guy is full. I used to work for the White House. I used to be, I was a government contractor with a TSSCI, top secret clearance, with a CI polygraph, right? I've always been cocky. I have always been outgoing. The difference between my younger self and me now, though, is I move in silence. That's the only difference. Before I was outgoing with it, more extroverted with it. Now it's like, don't nobody need to know my business. Nobody need to know how much money I'm making. You don't need to know shit. Man, I'm gonna make sure you never know. Even when I move over, to another country, whatever, I'm not gonna get no big ass condo. I'm gonna get something that where you ain't even thinking about what the dude is making or whatever. I want you to think I'm broke. You need not know my money. I treat y'all like the IRS. You need not know how much money I make. You know what I'm saying? To the IRS, you should be making barely no money. They should be looking like you ain't got no money. That's where I want it to come off. I want y'all like the IRS to me. I want y'all to come off like, I want to come off like a tax return going to y'all from a rich person. I know this fool got more money than this. Doing what rich people do. You know what I'm saying? Getting assets and investments. Making sure that they stay in a certain tax bracket so they ain't got to pay all that shit. Smooth moving. That's all you're going to see from me. Man, I got this in a bag. I'm like looking at this business credit stuff. I'm like, what? Higher credit limits. What? Getting a trust and doing what? It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's done. Done. You know what I'm saying? They done messed around and gave me the bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this. I saved that money up like I needed to. Now I can invest it where it needs to go. I didn't know what I was saving it up for. I always know I need to have a chunk of money though, but now I know where to invest it. You know what I'm saying? I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. Day trading, cryptocurrency. Listen, there's all kind of ways to make money out there, man. Don't be hating on me because I'm getting to the bag. Why you hating on me while trying to copy me? You can't be me and you're never gonna take it away from me. Cause it ain't on me, fool, it's in me. You ain't never gonna take it away from me. You can't never be me. You know what I'm saying? You can't be us. You can't be the wolves. Yeah, always imitate it, never duplicate it. And I'm getting it now. The imitation is flattery. And I'm so healed, it don't bother me no more. Y'all be taking words right out of my mouth. When I used to hear women doing it, I would be like, yo, now it's like, do what you gotta do. Get your bag, sis. Get your bag. But you can't do it like me. I bet you can't do it like me. No. Bet you can't do it like me. And look as good as I do. Look at this, man. I ain't even worked out yet. Look, man, I'm about to go inside and get my workout on, man. Y'all do what y'all do. Take my scraps, do as you need to do, and do with them as you see fit. Okay? I am a whole movie star in here in the making. Y'all seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Most of them pop up out of nowhere, and you're like, where'd you come from, and what'd you do? With me, it's like, you can see it. You can see where I came from, what I did to get here. I chronologued all my life story to get to where the top's at, man. You can just go back and watch my videos from, rags to riches, baby. Just watch from King David all the way to the rest of my channels. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go somewhere and hide, use people, and then jump out and be like, I'm the man. Yeah. No. I let y'all see my pain. I let y'all see my downfall. I let y'all see my moments. I let y'all see, me going through my emotional states, which is being a human being, which men are allowed to be. You're allowed to go through your full range of emotions, right? As a man, you just don't let your emotions control you. You got a job to do. And no matter what I was going through, I was dropping videos, making sure my kid was taken care of at all times, and he was always happy. Make sure I buy. Even when I wouldn't want to buy nothing for myself, my kid had his PlayStation, all his name brand stuff, and that. I ain't worried about the stuff, but he had it. I ain't going to neglect him. You know what I'm saying? I made sure I took him out. So even when I was going through it, I still knew as a man, there's work to be done. But what I'm not going to do is do what society's telling me to do and tuck it all away, and let it build up and build up, and then some men ain't got self-control, then some shit happens, man. Then some shit happens. And it's like, well, I don't know what happened. I don't know why the man can never express his full range of being a man because, you know, in society in America, you got to always be stoic and, you know, you can't break down. You can't tell nobody. You can't tell your girl nothing. You can't cry in front of nobody. You can't do shit. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And what you're going to always see is me getting things done like men do. You can say, oh, he's being emotional, blah, 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 blah. But what you're not going to say is he's not productive. He's not getting, you know what I'm saying, things done. He's not on the schedule. It don't seem, man, look, you can look at my physical and look at my, and listen to my words and look at how things are changing in my life and tell this man's putting in some work. This man's got to be putting in some work. Might not be moving at the pace that you think I should be based off of nothing, you know, which is a fool's going to be a fool. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? What you're not going to say is this man ain't putting in work. There'll be people out there, you know, getting subscribers or whatever, talking about they're improving their life, still overweight. You know what I mean? Skin look like crap because they're drinking sodas and crap like that every day. Shit's coming out the pores, right? You know what I mean? Just online, you know, still projecting trauma onto their followers without healing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll be talking about other people. You haven't even done the work. If you were doing the work, you wouldn't be online all day long, every day, finding some other content creator to throw shade at or talk about without saying their name. You be too busy like me, getting up at 3. I got to go to bed at a certain time, or I can't get up at 3, man. So that means I get certain things done during the day. Now I'm on schedule, getting my content knocked out so I can get my all of my channels taken care of, while also finding time for my son in the afternoon, hang out with him, go over his homework with him, you know what I'm saying, make him laugh a little bit, whatever. Man, look, the reason why I know I'm meant to be great, because I see some greats right now that don't even put in the third of the work that I do. I work hard. I don't care what you fools say about luck and, oh, you lucky, and, you know, man, listen, dude. There's some of you punk ass motherfuckers on here that got to make sure that you don't go live because you're scared that somebody's going to jump in your live stream and act up. You don't want to go live because you can't put a filter on while you're live, so you're scared that everybody's going to see what your face really look like. You know what I'm saying? You be over here filtering the crap out of your pre-recorded videos. You fools will have like drinks and stuff because you watch other people like me that fast until like 2 p.m. and you want to be cute and you want to make sure that your lips aren't dry. You're too busy worrying about how you come across to people instead of doing the work that you need to do to get where you need to be at. You want to look good and make sure that you cannot look good when you're putting in that work all the time. Sometimes your fucking mouth's going to be dry. Sometimes your stomach's going to growl. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to be so hungry that you might stumble over your words a little bit. But when you have that discipline, it don't fucking matter. But all y'all want to be cute. You're not even cute. You want to be cute, but you're not cute. Your ugly ass need to go ahead and just get it ugly. Get it out the mud. Stop trying to be cute. Don't listen to your subscribers. Your subscribers, your soul tribe. Listen to me, nigga. You're not as cute as you think you are. You can go ahead and get out there early in the AM and have a little crust on your face, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to do this, or your lips be dry a little bit, because you ain't that damn cute when you on point. You're not. And I ain't talking about the dudes, I'm talking about the women. Y'all dudes, I ain't expecting for you do whatever you do. If you out here trying to be cute, nigga, you know, you look greasy. You know what I'm saying? You out here trying to have that shit on your face and trying to make sure your lips are always got the chapstick on them and all that. Nigga, you look fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? You look weird. You look weird. You're trying too hard. You look weird. But you chicks out here, man, y'all be over here watching dudes. Listen, I'm not going to stop fasting to be cute for my subscribers so that I can make, no, dude, listen, I'm showing you the suffering, man. I'm showing you the suffering that you have to go through if you want to get where you want to be. I'm showing you by example. I can get on here, go drink a soda or whatever like most of these fools do. But for me, I just got through brushing my teeth. I just got through, you know what I'm saying, using my my oil pulling stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I'm not gonna, I don't like drinking too much water while I'm fasting because the fast. I get close to God. It's a fast. I would rather be close to God with a semi-dry mouth or whatever than on here, you know, with a cloudy mind because I'm drinking and eating this early in the AM and I know better. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Keep trying to be cute, man. That's all I can say. Stay, you know, online. I'm not going to call you broke because you make money, but you know the goal in being online is to be famous as well. So if you're doing something that ain't making you famous, but you're making more money, you ain't famous though, you know, don't try to tell me that's what you're settling for and you're good with it. No, you're not. Everybody wants to be famous. You're not doing it. You're not doing it not to be famous. You want to leave a mark. How you leaving a mark if nobody even knows who the fuck you are? And you got like 500,000 or 1 million subscribers, but nobody even knows who you are. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing though. Keep being fake. That's y'all problem. You know what I'm saying? Have you not noticed that the guys that matter right now are the real people, even if you don't like them? Think about it. In the UFC, a lot of people don't like Sean Strickland. I'm not a big fan of Sean Strickland in a way, because to me, it seemed like he liked fighting black dudes. He always be talking about black dudes. He'd be like, yeah, I like seeing these two black guys fighting. And he always, it's kind of weird. But he's saying what a lot of white dudes say behind closed doors. I can respect the fact that he's saying it out front. And he has a huge following based off of that. Anybody being real right now, Cat Williams, anybody being real right now, being authentic, whether it's, you know, socially acceptable or not, they are going to be the ones that are going to be the most famous people right now. If you don't know, I'm making a prediction. I'm telling you, being authentic is where it's at. That's why I'm building the way that I'm building. No one's listen, the way that I know that I'm getting famous or I'm definitely going to be somewhere, no one's telling me nothing. When I was first getting started, I had more support and more people giving me pity support, but no one tells me nothing. I got to go off the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I got to listen to my Soul Tribe subscriber family, but my family, friends, you know, women I'm talking to, anything, no one tells me nothing, right? So I use that as a sign. You know, whenever you're right on the verge of a breakthrough, the devil's going to try to break you down, man. So, you know, they got to use what society is built for, keeping people under control. So they got to make sure people have this innate want to humble other people. So when they see you being great and knowing that you're great, it's like, who told them that they're great? Nobody, fool. I told myself. What you talking about, man? What you talking about? I don't need for you to tell me shit. I'll wait on you to tell me something. I'll be waiting until I leave this realm. I don't need you to humble me. I don't need you to tell me I'm great. That's why you got to know. That's why you can't listen to nobody. When they're telling you great things, you got to know who you are. And when they're not telling you shit, you know what I'm saying, and hating on you, you got to know who you are. You got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, man, let me tell you something. I'm going to be the same dude that I am now whenever I get famous. So what I'm telling you is, y'all got to keep that same energy. And even if you don't, because once you get semi-famous or you go viral a few times, then you'll have people, you know what I'm saying, that don't want to show hate anymore or don't want to hate in your comments and then somewhat support. It'll come whenever a certain level of people are already acknowledging you. You got to have it in you and know who you are at all times, because like I said, these haters are out here day and night trying to either not acknowledge you, which again, I have no problem with people not acknowledging other people. But the problem is they're learning from those people and they're stealing from those people. It ain't like they're ignoring them and not watching them. They're watching them and stealing from them, and then just be like, well, and then think, well, if we don't acknowledge them, then I can just steal from them and nobody will ever know. It's kind of like what Cat Williams was talking about. Like I said, like these people, these comedians were taken from him when they didn't think that he would end up as big as he is. And then he got big like he is, and now they're sitting there stuttering like, might have made their money off of it or whatever, but their legacy is tarnished because Cat Williams put the truth out there so that we all know that, okay, so you was wearing a unit and stealing jokes, and your ass over there stealing jokes, and you know, you can't, you know, you're so-called the entertainer, but you can't sing or dance. Like, again, the truth will come out eventually, right? And these people that were trying to shun him and just basically just blackball him or just try to not acknowledge him, hoping he'd go away, if you're chosen, you're not going to go anywhere. And you're going to always get your time to shine. No matter whether you think it don't matter what time that you think that it's supposed to be. It's going to be on God's time. It's going to be on divine time. Divine timing, boom, God's going to show up and show out. But look, y'all, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to get on TikTok and work out. I appreciate y'all joining live. You know what I'm saying? If you're not subscribed, subscribe and join the tribe. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Hit that like button, you guys. Hit that like button. It helps out in the algorithm. Every comment also helps out in the algorithm. And also, any sharing helps out. All this stuff is helping the channel grow. I appreciate what you guys have done so far. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay great. I'm your brother, and I love you.